You know, I made literally hundreds and hundreds of videos on Sandy Hook. I even called the chief of the fire department in Sandy Hook, and I spoke with the chief fire marshal. And whatever happened to the First Amendment, freedom of speech? Why isn't Alex Jones entitled to say what he believes to be true? Absolute bullshit. Did you know that reportedly all the homes of the families of the Sandy Hook victims were paid for on a Christmas Eve, which happened to be on a Sunday? They opened up their real estate offices to transfer the titles. Did you know that? And that crack smoker, he flew the entire family from Sandy Hook back to Washington, D.C. Sandy Hook, I believe, was another one of those operations put together to go after our Second Amendment. Remington ended up going bankrupt because Adam Lanza, the reported shooter, used a Remington weapon, an AR-15. Company went bankrupt. I guess the Sandy Hook families never have enough. They want $1.5 billion from Alex Jones for damages. What kind of damages? Freedom of speech? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Alex Jones cries after announcing he is liquidating assets to pay Sandy Hook families. Right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones announced liquidating his personal assets, agreeing to demands from the families of Sandy Hook victims to whom he owes more than $1.5 billion in damages over his lies about the 2012 school massacre, CNN's Oliver Darcy reports. Sandy Hook School was a red brick building. The news of the shooting was broken, and what they showed you was a stucco building. It was a Sandy Hook fire station. That's what they showed you. Anderson Cooper broke the news. You could see the fire hoses. They had like an open house when that picture was taken. Absolute bullshit. They say Adam Lanza killed his mother so he could use her Bushmaster, which again is made by Remington. That's like suing General Motors because someone got killed by one of their cars. It's absolutely insane. Let's listen to this 2-minute and 4-second clip.
All right, Oliver, this liquidation means that Jones will be giving up his stake in the online platform InfoWars, which he has helmed for so many years. Does this also mean that these families will actually get paid, or is Jones going to try to weasel out of this again?
Well, the hope is that they'll get paid. Like you said, they haven't seen a dime since juries in Connecticut and Texas awarded them $1.5 billion in damages. And let's remember,
saying they haven't received a dime is absolute bullshit. I just told you their houses were all paid for, and they also received additional funds from other sources. This is a total joke. Remember that one father who reported lost his son? And he's sitting there cracking jokes. He didn't know they were on live television. And then as soon as he finds out they're on live television, he gets all teary-eyed and broken up. Remember that? I did videos and I attached links on that. It's absolute bullshit. Let's go back.
why they awarded those damages. They awarded those damages because Jones, for years, tormented these families. It wasn't only that these families couldn't feel like they could protect the legacy of their loved ones who died during
The biggest mistake that Alex Jones made was that he didn't demand that the bodies are exhumed. You know, the coroner, when he came out and he spoke about what he saw, you want to go do a search on that, see if you can find out what he says. It's most revealing. It's absolute bullshit. Absolute total bullshit. Let's go back.
Shooting in 2012, but afterward, for years, they were tormented by hate messages. They were on the receiving end of harassment. One of the family members even testified during one of the trials that they had their house shot at as a result of all this harassment led by Jones, whipped up by Jones. And so the hope is that they will start to see some money. I think it's pretty difficult to imagine a scenario where they get that $1.5 billion, but they like to see some of that money, I think. And the hope is that by him liquidating his personal assets, that will happen. I think Jones also is starting to realize that he's actually going to have to pay for his really reprehensible actions. Over the weekend, he spoke in really candid terms about what was happening, and he even started to cry on the broadcast. I think we have a tape of that.
We're gonna beat these people. Now I'm trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight.
Obviously, those tears don't really inspire much sympathy given the actions of Jones, but I think they do point to the fact that he realizes that this is going to be something he's going to actually have to pay for, Brianna.
Like I said, folks, absolute bullshit. He should be allowed to say what he believes to be true. You know, they had actors playing FBI agents. I mean, the thing's a joke. Sandy Hook was closed due to asbestos. I mean, and one of the boys died twice. He died reportedly at Sandy Hook, and he died in Afghanistan. He's wearing a brown leather jacket with a fur collar. I mean, it's absolute bullshit. Sandy Hook was designed the same way as Fast and Furious. They wanted to take away our Second Amendment rights. And Alex Jones lost a court case based on what he believes to be true. Tell me where you think I'm wrong. You can't, can you? I can't do this alone, folks. And nobody does for you what I do. And it's all for free.